evening, I'm Pinky Webb. Tonight we ask the questions, we tackle the issues, we clarify matters, and we get on point. As public anger boils over corruption in government, rumors of destabilization efforts emerge. As Senator reveals, even he was invited to be part of a supposed civil-military junta being organized by some retired Army personnel. But the Armed Forces of the Philippines is rejecting any military intervention in politics. Let's get on point with AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Brawner Jr. General, good to have you again finally. Welcome to the show. Salamat po sa inyong oras.
Thank you, Ma'am Pinky. It's been several years since we had an interview. At that time,
right.
I was still a colonel.
That's right, sir.
Yeah.
So again, maraming salamat, sir. I want to start with what Senator Ping Lacson had revealed very recently, that he was being offered to be part of a civil-military junta that he said he already rejected. Sinabi nga niya ata, dinedma ko. Number one, is this a cause for concern for you?
Well, of course, yes. It is a cause of concern because right now, for us in the military, what is really important at this point in time is that we have to keep our country stable. So there are calls for us, for the AFP, to withdraw our support from the president or to launch a coup d'etat or even a military junta. But several times we have announced that we are rejecting this as well, because we believe that we still have to keep our actions within constitutional means. We are not for unconstitutional means of, let's say, regime change. Because for us, ang pinaka-importante ngayon is the stability of our country. Because if we do not become stable, let's say, nagkaroon ng coup d'etat, nagkaroon ng military junta, ang talagang kawawa dito, Pinky, is the country. Kawawa po yung ating bansa. For instance, there are several factors that we are looking into. That's why we decided to reject these calls. Number one, the economy of our country. If we allow extra constitutional means of, let's say, changing the government, ang kawawa po yung ating ekonomiya. Babagsak yung ating ekonomiya. Right now, even if we don't have this extra constitutional means, nakikita na natin, bumabagsak na. Our Philippine Stock Exchange, the peso is weakening already. It's 59 pesos to the dollar. And of course, on the foreign policy side, maaring magkaroon tayo ng mga sanctions from other countries. So when we look at this, and when we decide, we're not just looking at the political environment of our country. We're also looking at the bigger picture, yung ating, for instance, yung ating regional security. Kasi kung talagang gagawin po natin yung sinasabi nila, yung gusto nilang mangyari, na shortcut, ang makikinabang lang dito is China. So kawawa naman ang Pilipinas. And then also, Pinky, as we look at the history of the Philippines, we have gone through several of this already. In 1986, yung People Power Revolution. In 1989, 1987, there were a series of coup d'etats, and then 1989 was the bloodiest. And I was already a cadet in 1986, so I saw this for myself. I saw the effect of 1987 revolution, where even the grandstand in PMA was blown to pieces in an attempt to assassinate then President Corazon Aquino. And then in 1989, we saw na naglaban-laban mga sundalo sa sundalo, brother to brother. So ayaw natin maulit yon. Kaya talagang very, very strong yung stand po namin, Ma'am Pinky, that we will not agree to these calls for coup d'etat, for withdrawal of support, or even military junta.
Let me go straight to the point, General. Are you not in favor of those as well? Because if there are calls for the president to resign. The constitutional succession would be the vice president. Vice President Sara Duterte becomes president, and there could be concerns about her as the previous regime being pro-China, those allegations of being pro-China?
Well, not really, because as I said, what we are after is the constitutional means. We're not going to agree with any unconstitutional means of regime
Which would
change.
be the civil military junta,
Yes.
transition, People's Council,
Yes.
junta or coup
Oo.
d'etat.
Kasi nga po, kawawa talaga yung ating bansa.
Okay. Yung pong offer that Senator Ping Lacson had mentioned, would you know who was offering the senator? And would these be the same people that you admitted also, sir, you spoke to and offered, asked you for a withdrawal of support for this
I don't
government?
really know, Pinky, who approached Senator Ping Lacson. But I think it's a different group. So I'm not really sure about this.
Why do you think it's a different group?
Well, right now there are many groups coming out. No, for instance, I was surprised that there were news about Ramon Ang coming out as the caretaker of the transition government and so on. So, parang napakarami nang lumalabas. No?
Okay. Is it important for you, a general, to be able to speak to Senator Ping Lacson and find out possibly who was offering him to be part of a civilian military junta?
Well, actually, we are talking with Senator Ping Lacson to get him into our multi-sectoral governance committee in the Armed Forces of the Philippines. We have this MSGC, which is a group of individuals from several sectors.
Okay.
Who are actually advisors to the Armed Forces of the Philippines. And recently, we are in talks with his office, and we're trying to invite him.
He has not agreed so far.
I think the meeting will be tomorrow.
Okay. So when you meet him tomorrow, I'm sure you're going to ask him who invited him, sir, to be part of the civil military junta.
I'm not sure of that, because really, what we want to do is to continue on with the democratic procedures, with the democratic processes, and we are seeing the wheels of justice turn already. I was asked one time, Pinky, if the solution to all of these problems, this corruption scandal, is a junta or a military intervention. I said no, because we cannot do it the shortcut way. I have a proposal. Meron po akong proposal on how to address this. No? Meron tayong short-term, medium term, and long-term. Short-term, we prosecute those who are guilty. Yung pong nagkasala ay dapat makulong. Pangalawa, we institute stopgap measures. For example, yung inexplain po ng ating Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. kahapon about the transition portal that the DPWH is now implementing, which is actually a way for us to open up all the bidding process, contracts, everything to the public.
Okay.
No?
And then the
Napakaganda
third, sir?
po. And then medium term, probably we might need to look into our constitution. Sapat pa ba yung ating constitution?
What
O
exactly
kailangan-
there?
Well, I'm not an expert, Pinky, but probably there are some things that might need changing. Also, our laws. For instance, kailangan ba talaga ng pork barrel ng mga congressmen, legislators,
Uh-huh.
and so on.
Because technically their job really is to enact laws.
Yes, and even Senator Ping Lacson himself said that during his time, he never accepted any of this.
So
pork
no
barrel.
to junta, no to a withdrawal of support, no to coup d'etat.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to have to ask you, sir, what about a transition government?
Well, yun nga po yung point natin is that we allow the constitutional processes to proceed. And sa tingin naman po namin, it is already proceeding. But a long-term solution, Pinky, would be Perhaps for us, for the Filipinos, really, to have an individual character transformation. No? Recently, I saw Attorney Alex Lacson, and he wrote a book a long time ago about the 12 little things that every Filipino can do for his country. Examples of this are pay your taxes.
The right taxes, yes.
Yes, buy Filipino, respect the laws, respect the traffic enforcer, your policeman, your soldiers, be a good parent, etc. So there are 12 of them. And then, when I read this, I was inspired. I was a captain then, Pinky, and then I wrote also a similar article. 6 little things that every soldier can do for his country.
And what are they?
Number 1, be disciplined and loyal. Number 2, be competent in your respective field. Number 3, be professional. Number 4, seek excellence in your job. Number 5, be patriotic.
Okay.
And number 6, be of service to others.
Okay. Patriotic and you said be loyal. How far or to what extent will you be loyal to this administration, sir?
Well, what we are saying is that we are loyal to the Constitution, we are loyal to our flag, and we are loyal to the duly constituted authorities. As of now, our duly constituted authority is the President. He is our Commander-in-Chief. Therefore, we are going to follow him.
When you said the short-term implementations that need to be done, for example, to prosecute and
Yes.
to jail, is there an idea or is there restlessness rather from you or from the military even echoing some of the sentiments of the public na number 1, maliliit na isda lang po ang nahuhuli so far, and number 2, napakabagal daw nung pag-prosecute o pag-issue ng mga arrest warrants laban doon sa mga suspects or, yung pong akusado. What do you say to that?
Well, let me use your term, Pinky, when you said so far. No? So far, maliliit lang. Pero umaandar naman po. So, let's give it a chance. Let's give it a chance. Tingnan po natin. Ang inyong mga sundalo po ay hindi naman kami, we are aware of what's happening. We are aware of what's happening, and then we also recognize the emotions that go with that. Galit rin kami dito sa nangyayaring corruption scandal. No, dahil kami po, for instance, napakaraming mga fake news na kumakalat. Sinasabi nila that even the Armed Forces of the Philippines has ghost projects.
15 billion pesos worth of those projects.
Oo. So parati po namin ini-explain yon na hindi po totoo yon, no? Because the TICAS projects, it's called TICAS project, it started during the term of President Duterte. Ang ibig sabihin po nito is tatag ng infrastruktura para sa kapayapaan at seguridad, TICAS. So, it's an agreement between DND and the DPWH. The only task of the AFP there is to identify our needs, our requirements. And then we tell that to DPWH. They get the budget for that. They bid it out. They implement, they execute the plans, and then they investigate, they evaluate, and then they turn over the project to us once it is complete. Turnkey, kumbaga. So, pinipilit nung iba na parang gusto nila ipalabas na dumadaan sa armed forces yung pondo.
So,
Hindi
no,
po.
no funds?
No funds.
Past the AFP either through bidding, through implementation, wala pong ganun?
Wala po. Nothing.
Okay.
Kaya nga sabi ko, not even a single peso passes through the armed forces. At marami pa hong mga iba't ibang mga fake news na lumalabas. We see that some sectors are trying to discredit the armed forces of the Philippines. They're trying to even create a gap, a wedge among our soldiers, no? Katulad nung may mga fake news katulad yung sa akin mismo.
Meron
no?
ho kayong Bronner condominium?
Bronner condominium,
okay.
yes.
Let's clarify that, sir.
Yes, thank you, Pinky, for that, for giving me this opportunity. I would like to put on record na hindi po sa akin yon, yung Bronner condominium na yon. In fact, it belongs to my cousins at pinaghirapan nila yung condominium na yon. At wala pong taxpayers money na pumasok doon, ano. Pinaghirapan nila. And sabi nga
You never
nila,
invested? You never
no.
gave any money?
no,
Okay.
no. It's really it owns, I mean, my cousins own that. And in fact, sabi nga nila, if we wanted to hide it, then we could have named the condominiums another name, like maybe Sunrise Condominiums, no? But they're proud of it. They're proud of the accomplishments that they did. They worked hard for it. And sana mahinto na ito kasi kawawa naman yun po yung mga nakatira doon.
So what do you say to, I think Congressman Kiko Barzaga was one person who had also mentioned about, well, two things, if I'm not mistaken, sir. Yung personal allowance increase,
Oh,
that
yeah.
video,
Yeah.
if the public saw that, wherein you have the former speaker and the former Speaker Martin Romualdez at that time, Appropriations Committee Chair Zaldico at that time, and si Majo leader nandun din po, at nag-video call po sila, kausap po kayo, nakita po talagang si General Bronner po yun, at basically pinag-uusapan po yung personal allowance increase. Is that suspect? Meron ho bang mali doon dahil nagmumukhang parang nabigyan ata kayo ng extra, special,
Oo, ganito
to
yun.
keep loyal?
Yeah, ganito yun, Ma'am Pinky. First of all, it is not a personal allowance. It is the subsistence allowance of all the soldiers. Nung pong kasing 2023, yung ating Pangulo, tinanong niya ako, how can we help our soldiers? Sabi ko, sir, probably we can increase the subsistence allowance of our soldiers. Kasi yung 150 pesos kada araw para sa pagkain po ng ating mga sundalo, hindi na sapat yun. So sabi ko, maybe we can increase it. So, to how much? And then nagsabi lang ako, 350, sir, 350. And then when we computed yung cost ng mga pagkain ngayon and the calorie requirement ng mga sundalo, 380 plus yung requirement po namin. So, renound off natin to 350. And then, of course, dadaan ito sa Kongreso dahil sila po yung magbabudget. At yun nga po, na pagbigyan tayo. And then, parang one time, nag-meeting siguro sila, they wanted to report to us,
The
to
good
the
news.
soldiers, the good news. And I remember it was even nearing Christmas. Kaya nung binalita sa amin, sabi ko, sir, thank you very much. Magandang Christmas gift ito para sa mga sundalo.
I actually saw that video. Yeah. Okay, so it is subsistence allowance from
Subsistence
na ipinagmalaki nila.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes.
Yun General. Pero yung kanila bang pagmamalaki nun, was it somehow tantamount to, for example, someone like you and the soldiers to, you know, to stay loyal to them or to thank them because after all, galing po yan sa Kongreso na pinangunahan po nila?
Hindi po, no. Hindi po ibig sabihin na in-increase yung aming sweldo, talagang loyal na loyal na kami. Blind loyalty yung isusukli po namin. Hindi pong ganun, no. That is not the case. So, we believe that our soldiers deserve that increase in the subsistence allowance. In fact, for next year, dahil nag-increase na po yung sundalo itong taon na ito, next year, yung mga police at yung mga Coast Guard natin susunod naman.
All right. We're going to take a very short break. We'll continue our discussion with AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Bronner when we return. Stay tuned. This is On Point. Welcome back. Still with us, AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Bronner Jr. Quick reaction, sir, on the revelations of ex-Congressman Zaldico, especially today, sir, wherein, you have so many parts. First, the supposed insertion, allegedly, of the president, to him saying the president and the former speaker wanted 2 billion pesos delivered every month, to today,
Yes.
that he is already saying that even the presidential son, Congressman Sandro Marcos, inserted about 50 billion pesos in a span of 3 years.
Yeah.
How do you accept or even react to such allegations?
Well, they remain allegations, and they have to be proven in court, because everybody should have that their day in court, so that they could, there's due process. So, maraming, for example, anybody can accuse anyone, and I agree with the president when he said that dapat ay umuwi na lang po si former Congressman Zaldico, and patunayan niya yung mga allegations niya. No? So, again, our stand is that we allow the wheels of justice to turn. We allow the democratic processes
Understand
to go
that.
on.
But tao rin po kayo. Of course, you have to remain apolitical, hindi po
Yes.
ba? Pero pag pinag-uusapan po, and again, they remain as allegations, billions of pesos, again, supposedly, sabi po niya, wala daw siyang natanggap. Sinabi po niya, napupunta yun kay Congressman Martin Romualdez, kay BBM, tapos ito pong anak, si Congressman Sandro Marcos, nag-insert daw ng 50 billion. In a way, I understand where you're saying the democratic justice has to take its course, no? Whether
Yes.
the wheels of justice grind slow. But does it affect members of the AFP? I mean, meron ho ba dyan na nagsasabing sandali lang, pera din namin ito?
Well, so far, Pinky, sa mga panayam ko sa mga sundalo, again, we are aware of what's happening, but we have to remain professional as well, dahil mga sundalo kami. Kaya sinasabi ko po sa ating mga kasundaluhan, kung talagang hindi nyo na kaya at kailangan i-express ninyo ang mga sarili nyo, yung mga sentiments ninyo, you can leave the service. You're free to leave the service. And once you're outside, you can do whatever you want.
Has anyone left?
No, no. And I'm proud of that. We have kept the armed forces intact. I can say that we are solid, and we have reached a high level of professionalism that is unprecedented. And now that we're being tested during these times, I can see that malayo na po yung narating ng ating mga kasundaluhan.
Is there such a thing as a loyalty check? Are you conducting
No.
loyalty checks, sir?
No, we did not. But I talked to my commanders last week through VTC, and I did not expect any answer in return, like, sir, you can count on us, etc. Sir, we are loyal, etc. I just reminded them that as an armed forces, we have the duty of making sure that our country is stable. Bago po namatay si Secretary Juan Ponce Enrile, we had the chance to talk. At sabi niya sa akin, what our country needs right now is stability. And of course, he has that wisdom. Napagdaanan niya po lahat ito, no?
But is there such a thing as a turning point for the military or for yourself, sir? Meron ho bang turning point?
Hindi ko po masasagot yan at this point, you know. We're looking at all of these things that are happening.
Okay.
We're also busy defending our nation. We're busy going after the communist terrorists, the local terrorist groups. We're protecting our sovereignty, our sovereign rights in the West Philippine Sea. So marami kaming trabaho. Pag may mga bagyo, nandyan po kami. So sinasabi ko sa ating mga sundalo, focus tayo sa ating trabaho because we have a lot of things to do in order to make us more capable, more modern, in order to deter any, possible conflicts.
In general, you're very certain that the armed forces remains intact.
Yes.
And very much united.
Yes.
Okay. Just briefly, sir, let's talk about the protest rally on November 30. There was a statement made by Rear Admiral Trinidad that the previous rally could have been foreign funded. Possibly. There is that
Possibly.
consideration that it could have been foreign funded. Is that the sentiment also on your end?
We're still investigating, Ma'am Pinky, that we're trying to make sure of this because, well, from what we saw in the previous rallies that happened. Tama po yun, catered pa yung mga pagkain. And then of course they spent for a lot of all the other things that went with the rallies, the stage, for instance, etc.
Yeah, it was also after that time, right, when you revealed that the group of, it was UPI, United People's Initiative, by former General Poquis, right, spoke to you. And you brought your, how do you call it, your battle
staff.
Your battle staff.
Yes.
And what exactly did they tell you? And, I mean, kayo ho ba, were you insulted? What was the
Hindi
feeling,
naman
sir?
po. Maganda naman po yung usapan namin because previous to that rally, which happened on a Sunday, Wednesday they were already outside the gates of Camp Aguinaldo. They were calling for an audience with me. Then Thursday, Friday. So finally Saturday, nung nagkaroon po kami ng battle staff meeting, we usually do that during crisis or during times that let's say red alert. So sabi ko, sige, let's give an opportunity for the side of
And what
General.
exactly did he say to you?
Well, of course, they said they were against corruption, and then I told them, sir, pareho naman tayo. We are also against corruption. No? And then, but we were waiting for them to tell us kung ano talaga yung pakay nila.
And ano po yung salita niya? Na,
Well, wala naman during that time. Pero meron dun sa grupo nila nagsabi na kapag kayong mga military hindi kayo gumalaw, kami mismo ang mag-aarmas. No? And narinig ng lahat yon. No? So, and then later on, ito nga, lumalabas na yung mga interviews nila and then yung mga panawagan nila na mag-withdraw ng support ang military. No?
I guess that's my question when I thought he had personally asked you to withdraw support from the government. So that did not happen,
That did not
sir.
happen. Yes.
Okay. Just quickly, is that group a force to reckon with?
Well, we're considering all the groups. We have to, we're not eliminating any of these groups.
You take everything seriously, sir.
We take everything
And
seriously.
the upcoming rally, just to be clear, on November 30, sir,
Yes.
how closely will you be monitoring this? Have there been any intel reports of kaguluhan or anyone wreaking havoc?
So far, we don't have any intel reports about an incident similar to what happened in September 21. Hopefully, no, ay maging peaceful rin itong rally na ito. At sana nga ay hindi na masingitan itong mga rallyista na those who really want to just have a peaceful venue for them to bring out their sentiments, air their opinions, sana hindi na magkagulo doon. No? That's why nananawagan tayo sa ating mga kababayan, especially the rallies, to police their ranks, no? To make sure na hindi sila masingitan.
AFP Chief of Staff, General Romeo Bronner Jr., sir, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it, and it's good to see you again.
Thank you, Pinky.
Take care, sir. That's On Point. Join us again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. here on BNC, the Billionario News Channel. I'm Pinky Webb. Thank you for watching.